Hey guys, so for today's video I was going to do something different. I wanted to switch it up a little but also bring it back to the basics, and I wanted to do a drugstore makeup tutorial, and this is going to be using all drugstore products. Some of my favorites, some that I haven't really tried that much before, but I just thought I would do a makeup tutorial because I haven't done one in literally forever. It's been such a long time, so I thought I would show you kind of what makeup look I wanted to go for today. Is my face. I have moisturized it and toned it, and the last thing that is part of the step is to prime it, and I'm going to do it with the AOA Studio Wonder Skin Color Correcting Primer. I got this in a Shop Miss A haul, and if I didn't already upload that, I will upload it soon. I just need to get back into the groove of uploading and editing and all of that. So I'm just dotting this all over my face so that I'll get even coverage, and the green is supposed to counteract any redness that you have in your skin. So I think that's awesome, and that's why it's called color correcting. And now I'm just going to rub this in. Next up I'm going to do is conceal, and this is my favorite drugstore concealer. It's actually the Maybelline New York, and this is amazing, and I have mine in 20 Sand. I always use that color because it seems to work the best for me. And I'm just going to put it underneath my under eyes like so. And just my skin tone lately, I've used a little bit of self tanner, but it's mostly kind of worn off. And the next step is just to blend that in, and I'm just going to use a drugstore powder sponge, and I'm going to actually use this to just blend this in. And some people actually use concealer and bring it all the way up for primer, but I have my eyeshadow primer separately, so I'm going to do that later. And once that is all blended in, I'm going to use my foundation. It is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Lumi Cushion Buildable Luminous Foundation in W4. And it's really nice because it's a cushion foundation, so it's kind of all there in one spot. And I'm just going to use this sponge and just pat it in, and then dab it on my face. And I'd say this is probably light to medium coverage. It's definitely not anything too buildable or thick at all, but it's what I've been using lately, and it just is more breathable and light compared to any like liquid or super thick foundation, which I like. I normally don't even wear full coverage foundation just because I don't like the feeling of cake face on myself. And yeah, it's just not my favorite feeling. I'll also leave everything in the description box with links and probably prices as well. I'm not sure if you guys liked it when I put prices on the screen, but I can do that as well. So this matches more of my face but less of my forehead, just because you know how the forehead's always a little bit more bronzed and tan in general. Okay. Okay, awesome. So I have that on my face right now. The next step I'm going to do is powder, and the powder I'm using is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Gentle Mineral Powder, and this is in Buff Beige N-5, I think. I can't really read it, but it just looks like this. It's a normal powder, And I'm just taking my Real Techniques brush. It's this big face powder brush, and it's amazing. I love this thing. I love using it with Drugstore, high-end, whatever. It just does the trick, and it's just super big and fluffy, so it gets all over everywhere. And I'm just going to tap right into that and then put it on my skin. The only thing that I would switch up for summertime, I guess, is something with SPF, or wear a primer with SPF. Just because the importance of SPF and the protection from the UVs. The UV rays is super important, can't stress it enough. And I like to powder a ton, I don't know. I just get really oily, especially in the T-zone, so I like to powder it up and make sure everything is mattified. Now that everything is set and ready, I have blush here and highlight. I don't really have a favorite bronzer from the drugstore, which is kind of a downer. All of mine are more high-end and more at Sephora and stuff like that, more luxury brands. So this is a blush, and it's actually e.l.f. and it's in Mellow Mauve. And I love e.l.f. blushes. They're just really nice, and I like the color and pigmentation of them in general. So I'm just going to dab into that a little bit and then tap off the excess. And then I'm just going to go in with it. So as you can tell with my blush, I like to keep it a little bit more natural. I don't like doing super bright pink or anything like that. I like to give it more of a natural feel. I just think sometimes blush can be very worn too intensely. And the highlight I'm using is this Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and it's so pretty. It's actually super subtle, and I love it. And Essence is super cheap, but it's just this goldeny, really pretty color. And I'm just going to go into it and tap off the excess. And now I'm just going to go in. I don't have a mirror on this one, so I'm just going to look in the monitor. And then I love to apply my highlighter in the middle of my nose, like right here, so it looks a little bit more narrow, and a little bit on the tip, but not too much. If I am contouring my nose with bronzer, then I like to do it on the tip of my nose, but just normally I like to just pat it in there, and it just gives it a more narrow, natural look to it. And then I also like to go for the high points of my brow bone. And I guess I should have done the primer before the highlight brow bone, but this is the this is the primer I'm using. It's just the e.l.f. one, and it's like $1 or $2, but I swear by it, it's so good. I haven't used it yet, but it's just a doe foot applicator, which I think is super easy to apply eye primer, or even concealer like the Maybelline one. I just think it's super easy, and I'm just going to tap this in with my ring finger, because your ring finger, your eye area is actually like the most sensitive part of your face, and like around your eyes is most prone to wrinkles. Oh my god, my back hurts. And your ring finger is actually like the lightest tapping finger without like kind of pulling and ripping the skin. So that's complete. And so I was like, I'm not sure what palette I should use. I really don't have too many drugstore palettes anymore, but then I was looking at my collection, and this is like brand new. I haven't used it at all, and I used it like it's one of my holy grail favorites. It's probably one of the first palettes I've ever owned in general, and it is the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells, and it just looks like this. It's a trio, and it has like the basic colors, like just stripped down most basic necessities, and it has a cream, a brown, and a pink, and I really like all of them. I think that they're amazing, and they're just simple colors to get a really nice eye look. You can make it dramatic, you can make it neutral, whatever. So I'm going to use the lightest color here, and I'm just going to put it all over my lid. And this is nice because you can actually put it from like where your liner is all the way up to your brow bone, depending on what look you're going for, or you can just keep it more concentrated down near your lash line, which is awesome. And I know it looks a little bit intense right now, but it'll pan out, trust me. And then the next color I'm going to use is the actual pink that's labeled lid, and I'm actually going to use that all over my lid. And this is very powdery, as you can see when I tap it off. It's super powdery, so that's kind of like the drawbacks of drugstore, just because the formula isn't as concentrated and it's not as finely milled within the product. But honestly, Wet n Wild was like my go-to stuff before when I started, and I absolutely love it. It's great. And now I'm just going to go into the crease in the brown, and I'm just going to darken up a little bit and add a light neutral smoky eye. I just want to get it concentrated on the outside and then add it inward a little bit. So I'm starting on the outer V, and then I'm going more in the middle and towards the inner part of my eye. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. And then it's really nice because it's so, like, everyone loves pigmented eyeshadows, but honestly in the beginning it's nice to get eyeshadows that aren't as pigmented, just so when you're learning you can build it up and it's not as intimidating as well. So I think that if you go in with a light hand and do it multiple times, you can really get the look that you're going for, no matter what level of a makeup artistry you're on, which I think is awesome. Maybelline Master Precise by Eye Studio in black, and it's just a felt tip liner. I love felt tip. I love it over any like liquid or anything like that, any other formula. So I'm just gonna pop this on my eyes quickly and add a little bit of a wing. I don't want it to be super dramatic just because I'm gonna have lashes on, but I still want it to be noticeable. And what's really important is when you go and do your eyeliner, I like to make sure that I get every different angle and that I really get it connected to the lash line, so you can't really tell that it's separate, and it just looks more seamless too at the end when you finish. They look pretty janky just because these I've used like 2 or 3 times, and I'm gonna actually put those on today because they're actually the same lashes. They just look like more dramatic and different because these I haven't coated at all with mascara. Usually when I put lashes on, I coat them again with mascara, and the lash glue that I use is the Duo, and it's just this brush on adhesive. I really like the brush on formula. I think it's way easier to apply than anything that you squeeze out in a squeezy tube. So let's go. And a lot of people like get tripped up when they're putting lashes on. I really don't think it's that difficult. I've also been doing it for. So what you mainly want to do is you want to coat the lashes with the glue, and you want to make sure you get a thick coat. And my main focus for lashes for when I coat them is the corners, because honestly the corners are the biggest part that would possibly maybe slip off during the day, and that's not fun. So usually I just focus on those when I'm gluing it, and then I just like to blow on it a little bit to make sure that it gets tacky and that it's easier to adhere onto my lash line. And some people use like a lash kind of looks like a tweezer thing to apply them. I just like to use my fingers. I think it's the easiest method. I can just get it where I want to. Mirror. And make sure that I have them where I want. It's dependent on how close you want it to the lash line, and how far away you want it, essentially. And then you can adjust them. Like, I like to adjust to make sure that the inner one isn't too like low looking or isn't too like high. Like, you can decide like how dramatic you want them or how natural you want them, and just wiggle it around to make sure that you really like the look of them. So that is one eye for mine. And then I'm just gonna go in and do the other eye the same way. Let's pop this baby on. Okay, and now I popped both on. I'm going to do my eyebrows right now, and like I said, this is the only product that is not Drugstore. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyebrow Wiz in a medium brown. For my eyebrows, as you can tell, I have these like very light Asian brows. They're essentially almost non-existent, which is very frustrating. If anybody knows what the daily struggle is with Asian brows and Asian lashes, then you know that we don't have much of either going on. Like, the lashes are very stubby and they droop down. I actually never use a lash curler, which is like quite odd. I feel like a lot of people do, but I just can't be bothered. I feel like it takes some time, even though it really only takes like 30 seconds. But I just like don't really need it. I don't really think that it's that important. And I feel like it actually like crunches your natural lashes, which I feel like in time is probably not that great. It's like the same kind of aspect of using like a curling iron or something around your actual hair. It just seems a little bit damaging in my mind. And this, I'm just following my natural brow shape, but actually creating also one of my own. And I like to make the concentrated color to be right on this part of the area, just to create more of an intense brow than what I actually have. And I'd say the only real difficult thing with brows is to make sure that they're even. So you want to make sure that they're even in a sense of your face being symmetrical. So usually this is like my secret tip. I make sure that my brows almost go right to here, and then on this side the same way, like right to here, because I don't like mine being too far out. I also don't like them to be super close to each other as well, so this actually helps with lining it up to my nose and how it fits. I also am not sure, I kind of wanted to get into using a dip pomade again. I just feel like you can actually like draw the hairs in, so it doesn't look as drawn. It looks a little bit more natural in that sense. But for now, I just like the pencils because they're the quickest for me. Like, I can just put them on and then go. It's not too much of a thinking process. Okay, so that's usually what I do with my brows. Now I'm going to actually go and curl my hair and change my outfit. I usually don't curl my hair. Sometimes I feel like it's necessary just when I have hair like this length. Okay, so this is actually my finished look. I did curl my hair a bit, just wanted to add something extra, but as you guys can tell, zoomed in, this is the makeup look. It's super natural, just a little bit of a bronzy look and super glowy for the summertime, which I love. And my wing is pretty subtle but crisp, and I love the fake lashes that it adds. It just adds a little bit of a dramatic pop to it. Finally was able to wait for my hair to dry, so it is curled a bit. So yeah, hey guys, so for this month of May, I thought I would do another giveaway. I just really wanted to show you my appreciation and just to switch it up. I was going to do it almost maybe monthly in the summertime, but I just wanted to treat you guys and show you what I got. So the first thing is this tea tree peel off mask, and I really like these masks. I used to do them when I was little, like these ones from the drugstore. They're super fun, and I just love peel off masks. Something about them is just super satisfying, to the fact where you just like peel off the entire sheet and you try to do it all in like one rip. It's amazing. And the next thing are, they're kind of random, some skincare, some hair care, some makeup. So the next thing is this 3-piece eyebrow razor, and I actually use these for my brows instead of getting them waxed or anything like that. I actually just do them myself, and it's amazing. And these are specifically made so that they have like they're just like a safer razor. They're not as abrasive compared to the ones you use on your legs and your armpits. I think that these work actually more for like sensitive areas, like near the brows and stuff like that on the face. This is the AOA Studio Makeup Removing Cleansing Wipes, and these are in lavender. Really like them. I really love them. Thought I would include them. It includes 15 wipes, so you guys can always remove makeup or swatches or anything like that. The next is this Meaningful Beauty Cindy Crawford Skin Renewing Peel, and this is another peel, but this is just a little more high end, and it's just one that you can put all over your face and use morning or night. And the next thing is this 1,000 Wishes, and this is from Bath & Body Works. Love the scent of this. It's just a mini travel size shower gel, and it has 3 fluid ounces, so you can take this on trips, long weekends, or anything like that, or just use it throughout the summertime. And the next thing is a lip product, and this is the Ulta Lip Primer, and it's color enhancing, so that's really cool. And I think it might like moisturize and prep the lips for any application afterwards. This is a CoverGirl, and I got it in a darker color because I don't know, you guys might be paler, you guys might be darker than me, so I got it in this shade, and it's a True Blend Fix Stick Concealer. And if you're darker, you can use this as concealer. If you're lighter, you can use it as a cream contour, or you can just use it as a cream brow shadow, whatever you want. And it is in deep, and this is what it looks like. It's retractable, which is awesome, so you don't need any kind of sharpener or anything like that. And the last thing is this Living Proof Style Lab Instant Texture Mist, and I haven't used this, but Living Proof is like a really good brand, and it's awesome because it's travel size and it has the pump with it. So just to enter, all you have to do is be a subscriber and comment below. My last one was Instagram, and this time I'm just going to make it solely YouTube. So all you have to do is comment and subscribe. Be a subscriber is the main part. And to comment, you can just comment anything you want, honestly, just as long as you say that you want to enter the giveaway, so I know to add you in the mix of it. And it's going to be randomly selected, just one comment per person, and you can either tell me like your favorite trend going on now, your favorite YouTuber, anything like that. I would love to hear from you guys. So yeah, I just thought I would give you a different giveaway with some different products and some things that I think that you'll truly enjoy, and it's all across the board, so it's not just solely makeup, it's like skincare, makeup, hair care, all of it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give this video a thumbs up and like it, and just kind of like tell your friends about my channel. It's pretty low-key, like I don't have that many subscribers. I think it would be awesome to get a couple more and to like add them to the mix. Even like double my subscribers would be cool. So if you have any friends, just and if they want to enter, they can enter, and you can actually double comment, and you could put their username if you got one of your friends to enter, and that'll count as 2 entries. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy, and this Actually, this contest starts on, gotta figure out when I want this to start on. This will start on May 5th, and it'll actually go till June 9th. So it's gonna be about a month. But yeah, when it comes to June 9th, I'll pick it whoever out at random, and then I'll ship it out to you that week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and like this video. Also, make sure that you're a subscriber so you can see any other cool tutorials that will be coming your way in the future. Thanks guys, have a good one. Bye. Dude, putting your arm here and not having your hair in it and not looking chubby here is so harder than it looks. I don't even know what background to use. I was gonna use a white one, but then I came and looked at this lovely tapestry that very much looks like Alice in Wonderland on acid, but you can't tell from this angle. And I don't have a blow dryer here, which is so odd, and I know like very like weird to not have a blow dryer in your house, but I don't blow dry my hair at all usually. Usually I just let it air dry the natural way, but I was going to do, so as some of you guys may or may not know, I am a super impatient person, so I could not wait, and my hair was a little bit wet. This highlight is poppin', is a look, right? Is a look. It's a look. But yeah, like glow. I should smile more in videos. I feel like I've been acting really serious lately, and I don't want to take this serious because I feel like that's just a turn off. Like, you're not here to see things being super serious, right?